Hey Rebels, it's Charlie, your host of the Salon Rebel podcast. Today I am joined with Mathew Pound, and he is a multifaceted entrepreneur. I am very excited to hear about how he juggles everything that he does. He started off, I believe, in finance and ended up going into events management and then started up Varsity Bar. And now I'm in his production studio called Bright to SARS. And he has another business upstairs. So we also can call him the man upstairs. And here he is, Mathew. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
This is your first podcast in your own studio.
Yes, in my own studio.
Which is so wild. Because how long have you had this studio for?
We've had it for 2 years now, I think. Or coming on 2 years.
Okay.
This one a year, but before this we were in the city. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In this, so Bright SARS
Studios was my business partner, Sev. He's Russian.
Yes.
So the Tsar and play on words, Bright Star, and BTS behind the scenes. So
right. Okay. So I didn't know that you were in the city first.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We had a small podcast studio in there and decided to build it out here.
Yeah. I can't believe you've not been on a podcast yet.
Not in this one. Not in this one.
Okay.
So first time.
Okay, cool. So can you tell me or tell the audience a little bit about your background story? I know it's huge. I don't know if I got that right with some of the things that I started.
Sort of. With regard to finance, it's probably my little introduction into trying to do things that other people thought I should do. Hospitality was always my background. And I was always working in restaurants or events, and I went into finance because I thought that was the right thing to do, but it wasn't.
How long did you do that for?
Probably about a year.
Yeah. So you went to school, finished it. What
did I do? I did sports science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing to do with everything I went into. So.
Yeah. I think that's pretty common.
Yeah.
For people to change paths a few times. Before that, did you, looking back, did you see entrepreneurial qualities in yourself? Were you, selling sports cards or anything like that?
Yes and no. I did terrible at school.
Okay.
I was C's all the way through.
So you sucked at school? Yeah.
Sucked at school, all C's. And, I was really lucky to go through a really good school. I went through Wesley College. My parents worked really hard to put me through there. And I just wanted to do the best for them. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
What did your parents do?
My dad is a real estate agent. He always has been.
He's got Beagle now?
Yeah. So he's my business partner upstairs.
Okay.
And my mum was a home ec teacher.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Is she still cooking?
Yeah. She's like the best nana ever.
Yeah. So, awesome.
Yeah.
And so at what point did you sort of change directions like that and start, I guess, give you the confidence to go out on your own and start a business?
I don't know if there's any trigger. I just got bored otherwise. Mm-hmm. I was very quiet as a kid. I didn't really come out of my shell till I was 16. And when I did, it just exploded. Mm-hmm. Wanting to go to parties, talk to girls, all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, when I was in school, I also sucked at school. It was I couldn't stay awake in school. So I fell asleep a lot, especially in certain subjects, no matter how much I tried to stay awake.
I tried to. I wanted to be good.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't. I was flat out C's. So.
It's I'd be lucky if I had all C's. Yeah. And
I talked my way into university as well. So
You sorry?
I did really bad in the entry exam.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I managed to talk my way into it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of sales and being
Part
an
of
entrepreneur, right? Yeah,
exactly.
got to be good at talking. You were bad at school. You
A rat?
started
Did you say I was
a
a
bad.
rat?
You're
Oh,
bad at
bad at
school.
school?
You're bad
Yeah,
at
yeah.
school. You decided to go on a different career path, and you started. Your first thing that you started was the boat parties.
Yeah, so you probably saw some of the boat parties.
Yeah.
So that was something that sort of, how did that come out? It was Boxing Day, raft up.
Mm-hmm.
It was started off with one boat, went up to two boats. And then I think the biggest we did was 5 boats.
Yep.
About 350 people.
And would you just do those like once a year for Raft Up, or were
Yeah,
you
we
doing them
started
more?
doing them once a year on the typical day to do it was Boxing Day.
Yeah.
So friends and I would cut up watermelons, order all the beers, drop them off, get the speakers, get the DJ on Christmas Day, and then get up early and drop everything off, do all the ticketing, and just have a crazy Boxing Day. I seriously don't know how we got out of that alive, because no insurances,
Yeah.
this police presence,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. I'm so lucky. There are so many things that I've done that I'm so lucky I'm here.
Yeah. In terms of like business.
Business wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, and it's not from risking it in a bad way. It was just, I was naive.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look back now and, you're thinking, you're laying in bed on Sunday night with your 3 kids in bed and you go, oh my God, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
But I got through. So
yeah, there's many of those,
Yeah.
those moments. And even just in terms of like setting up your business and missing the mark on something, and then hearing a story about somebody else getting caught out with something.
Yep.
And it can be really scary.
It can, and it's like I'm glad there's a lot of lessons that I've learned in the past, and I'm sort of hoping to apply them in what I do now.
Yeah.
In here, in upstairs, in business, in company structure, understanding how tax works, that sort of stuff. So, a few of the mistakes that I made in the past are helping now. So
Yeah. So you started Varsity Bars with a couple other people?
yeah, so I started
And-
with Fabian Bucher and Ben Ma. We started before that, I was doing nightclub promotion, which was fun but wasn't good for relationships.
Yeah.
I couldn't really I did have a girlfriend at the time, but it was really tough.
Yeah.
It was really tough. And it was fun, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday were my days of work. And between that time, I had probably, $2,000 worth of bar cards to go through.
Yeah.
And it was it's one of those things where it was fun, but it was like purgatory.
Yeah.
You're drinking all the time. You have to be on, you have to entertain people, you have to be fun and all that sort of stuff. And it was hard.
How long did you do that for?
Good 2 to 3 years.
Okay. And how long ago was that? How old are you?
I'm 42.
Okay.
42.
I'm 40.
Yeah.
I like to ask everybody because I just have no idea.
I think I'm 42. I don't know whether I'm 42 or 43.
What year were you born?
82.
In what month?
December.
You're going to be 43 this year.
I'm going to be 43
Just letting you
this
know.
year. Thank you.
You're going to be 45 this
I'm
year.
going to be 45 this year. Okay, cool.
Just letting you know.
There we go.
I remember when I moved here, I think it was 23. And for some reason, I thought I was 21.
Yeah.
And we were out at a bar and somebody my girlfriend shows me your passport. She's like, no, you're 23. And spit out my drink because I really.
I've lost 2 years.
I was only 23. I'm like, fuck, how am I going to remember how old I am now? 40 is an easy one because it was kind of marks this a big milestone in your life. But yeah, so I can imagine that would be really hard. That it is hard even as an entrepreneur anyways, and having to build community and be in contact with people all the time.
I wanted it. I
Yeah.
wanted to do it, and it was fun. I knew how to do it. I knew how to interact with people. I knew how to make sure that they were looked after. Hospitality was a big aspect of everything I do now as well, making sure that the customers looked after, and Luca and the team know here that that's one of the main things that I focus on. And it's one thing that I think we're lacking as well within business.
Yep, for sure.
Sometimes you go out to a venue in Perth and the person's still got their phone and then they put it down. They don't even put it down, or they don't even acknowledge you. So
yeah, the amount of times that we walk into a business now and somebody won't even look up. I'll walk into other hairdressers sometimes just to like see what they're
and
like.
everyone will ignore you.
Or I'm like, I know I'm in your peripheral vision.
Yes,
and
that
you
is the
are
worst.
not looking at me. And it's like, you don't want my business.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. Like, I think coming from, I imagine you've spent some time in the States.
Yes,
based on Varsity Bar, like you would have
we
had
used to go at least once or twice a year.
Yeah. So Varsity Bar, when I first heard of Varsity Bar, we were so excited because coming from Canada, I was like, oh my God, they have booth seats.
And we had Canada Day as well.
Yes.
And
yeah, that's the first time I ever went to Varsity Bar was for Canada Day, because you guys had, I don't know if you had Caesars or Bloody Marys. And
yes, we had what is that?
Clamato juice.
Clamato juice.
Yeah, which you can get now in powdered form and make with water, which is, a very hot tip for all my Canadians out there who miss it. Clamato juice is it's like a tomato juice with clam paste in it.
Yeah.
And although it sounds disgusting and fishy, it doesn't really taste like that. It sounds like
it's pretty good.
It just tastes like a seasoned, thinned out tomato juice.
Yeah.
If you like a Bloody Mary, like you'll like a Caesar.
And we got the poutine as well.
Yeah.
We flew. We drove out to the airport to get the special poutine.
To get
the cheese curds.
To get the cheese curds.
Yeah.
I don't know, why can't they make them here? Like, what is it? What is the problem?
I don't know.
Yeah. And when they do make them, sometimes you'll find places like food trucks and they'll put gravy and then cheese curds on top. And I'm like, what the fuck? Put the gravy on the top. It's supposed to be melted. And you're just like, I'm like, this is your one job.
There is a Canadian truck, I think.
Yes.
Around. Yes.
Yeah. There's people try, but I think when you're from Canada, you're pretty fussy. Like there's this place called La Poutine, and it's around the corner from my grandpa's place and in Vancouver Island. Island, sorry. And they serve them in like the Chinese, like the silver tin takeaways. And it's all, so you get your chips and whatever else is in there. And it's literally swimming in gravy that you open it up. Yeah. You can't even see the chips in there. It's amazing. It's like we get it once when we're there because it's just like you just feel like such a piece of shit for eating it after.
And how often are you back in Canada?
I try to go back every 2 years.
Yeah.
But it's so expensive now.
It is.
It cost us, I think we spent about $50,000 last time we went home.
Wow.
It was about $25,000 for flights. And then we were there for like 8 weeks, and you're just like eating and drinking. And because our kids are small, like it's not a break.
No.
It's exhausting. We have a better life here.
Yep.
So it's like going home with kids.
Yep.
And then like my parents are really sick. It's like kind of depressing. Like it's not a good time. People are like, oh my God, you've been on holiday for so long. I'm like, this is not a holiday. I would much rather be at work right now.
Yeah.
And then trying to balance, like trying to talk to work, the hours, it's like 14-hour time difference, right?
Yes.
So they're calling me at 9 a.m. and it's 7 p.m. there. So I'm half a bottle deep of wine every night.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
that should help though, right?
What?
That should help.
Well, yeah, because I'm just like, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like, burn the place down. Like, I don't care. Like, and they'll call me on Zoom and it's really bright out there because it's bright till like 10 or 11 at night. We always go in summer.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, did you just get up? And I'm like, no, it's like,
wine.
I got a wine. It's like 7 o'clock at night. So it was one of those things that like, I just think it would never be possible to run that way if you had a business, especially like a service-based business, something that you have to be in contact.
Yeah, if you've got a service-based business, you have to push with the staff.
Yeah,
they've got to be present, and sometimes you have to be there in order to show them
for
that,
sure.
So.
And what was your ethos around Varsity with that? Because one thing that salon owners say have a massive struggle with is us getting off the floor behind the chair, working on other projects. And I've gotten to that stage myself now, but I think people really struggle, even myself, I struggle with not being there enough because I'm worried about the culture shift because I am that original culture in the
Yep.
business.
Yep.
And I do feel like hair salons are they're pretty complex in the way that it's not just finding somebody that's good at customer service. They also have to be a very skilled tradesman as well. So it's like that next level
Yep.
of that, making those connections and making sure that, your clients are happy. And we want to have people, managers and that in to really keep that going. But it is hard to
It
do
is
that.
hard. We built the business to be like a franchise, but it wasn't a franchise.
Yes. Okay.
First thing with the development is that we tried to understand what the business meant to other people.
Mhm.
So there was heavy on nostalgia,
Yeah.
90s culture,
Yeah.
things that that revolved around a collective conscience of people my age.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because we all grew up watching NBA. Saved by the Bell was the usual,
Yeah.
and that culture of that American culture
Mhm.
that we all grew up with, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all that sort of stuff that we could use as nostalgia to draw people into the venue,
Yeah.
right? And that was the first thing. We needed to create an understanding of what the brand is and what it meant to other people.
Mhm.
And when we understood what it meant to other people, we could then draw the people in, make them, enjoy coming there. And as well as that, creating a scenario where the staff all realized that the people that were there were to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And then once it was all jumbled and sort of, knocked together in that sense. But then once we could get on our feet, then we started putting structures in place like managers and 2 in charge, 3 in charge, 4 in charge. And then we sort of instilled things like 5 points of contact with the customer, when they come in, wave, when you drop the food off, when after you drop the food off, you come around and you say, is everything okay? When you pick it up, was everything okay? All that sort of stuff.
I love that. I love that 5 points of what do you call it? 5 points.
5 points of contact.
Right.
Now
Okay.
I have to clarify that my role within the business was more branding and marketing.
Yeah.
My business partner was more operational. He was
Yeah.
a German guy, so he was very operational. He was very down. So he sort of instilled that in a lot of people, but
Right.
it came from a mutual understanding of that's how we want to treat people.
Yeah. I love that. I feel like that would be really helpful in terms of when we're putting that forward to our team, because there's lots of these little touch points that we do,
Yep.
but I've never known to kind of call it something like that.
Yeah.
I say, this is the way we do this. This
Yeah.
is the way we do that.
When you package it, it makes
Yeah.
it easier to teach and it makes it easier to follow up on.
Yeah,
So,
that's great point. Worth having you on here just for that. Thank you very much.
Sure.
So my salon
I've worked off my matcha.
Yeah,
now,
okay. My salon's called The Nest,
Yeah.
and when I created it, it was the reason I called it that is I wanted people to feel like they were at home.
Yep.
Right. So I started this salon that was underneath my house,
And it instills community as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
yeah, and I had it underneath my house, and I had people coming into the business that didn't really want to go to commercial salons,
Yep.
and so I literally started from having little tear off things at Blend Cafe and Marmion, and did all the door to door stuff, traditional old school marketing and that to start my business, and even just in terms of the decor and everything was always a bit of a vintage sort of vibe.
Very
I
cool.
have the Nest tracks, which is Sheryl Crow and
Yeah.
shit that women love to sing along
Yeah,
to that
yeah.
are my age.
Yeah.
And it's funny now because sometimes I'll go in the other day, I was like, you guys, this is 6 a.m. at a fucking nightclub.
Yeah.
Put our playlist back on.
Well, you say that and it's funny, but a lot of the things that I was really thought about was the lighting, the sound of the music, the type of music. We always have to have 90s hip hop just because it had that certain type of bass
For sure.
that would travel through and allow conversation, but still have a feeling or a vibe.
Yeah.
So to be lighting at a certain time of day, music, Even the sound of basketball in the background and the squeaking shoes
Yeah.
really,
Right.
you don't think about it, but like you obviously grew up in like Canada,
Yeah.
and you probably went to those sports bars and you probably had those sounds, and
Yeah.
without even knowing that those were the little things that made the space.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Sheryl Crow.
Yeah,
Singing Sheryl Crow.
exactly. Like, and every time we have that on, people always make comments.
Yep.
Like comment more, not even just about the music, just about like the vibe or whatever. And it's like, it's all part of that strategy of how you make people feel like
Comfortable and inviting.
And I think personally, what I think the problem is right now is people focus too much on the product and the result and not the experience for the customer.
Yep.
So from like the initial touch point when you meet somebody to when they're checking out, and yeah, I don't know. I think it's gotten a little bit better over the last.
I think it's an opportunity. So many people don't do it.
Yeah.
And that's the most simplest thing you can do.
Yeah.
If you offer that communication, that point of contact, that acknowledgement, that goes so far.
For sure. And where did you learn that?
I think it was just always instilled in me. As I said, I was quite quiet I didn't say anything. I literally sat next to a kid when I was in year 10, and he looked over at me and he said, "Why don't you say anything?" And I just didn't feel the need to say anything.
That was where my story was going when I forgot the story. It was that I went to new school for year 9.
Yeah.
And I spent the whole year and didn't say anything to anybody for an entire year. And one of the girls, we were at watching a basketball game or something, and I was like watching after school. And this girl beside me goes, "Oh, do you want to go get some chips with me?" It was like the first time somebody had even like asked to because I was just this weird, strange, quiet girl. And I always had I always had this sweater, and I remember just like covering up my face and my mouth all the time with it. Anyways. And the only people that would talk to me was, of course, like the rebels. It's always the rebels that'll come and approach you. Like, it's like as soon as you start a new school, they're like, "Ooh, she's new. Like, we'll get her." And
fresh
then,
meat.
Yeah. And then so now you don't talk and you hang out with the strange kids, right? Yeah. Anyways, we go for chips and we end up talking and we end up having like the most hilarious time. And I just remember us laughing. And she was going, "I can't even believe that you're like this."
Yes,
and I just had no idea.
Yeah.
And she took me out to a party that weekend.
And that would have been the explosion.
It was like that.
Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like that. And people were just like, "What the fuck?
Where have you been?"
And I think as well, I had somebody recently that was in my salon, and she was really quiet for like a couple of years. And, to take that, not a couple of years, probably 2 years. And I had to get to a point where I went like, if you don't take the opportunity to break out of this, it's going to be really hard for you. Like, you need to start saying hi to me when I walk in.
Aside.
Yeah, you're going to need to start. I want you to just start saying hi to me when you walk in.
Yeah.
Like, I want you to. And I was like, "How does that feel to be like that?" And she starts crying and she goes, "Well, it actually feels really awkward, to be quiet like that." And I was like, "I know." And now you've pigeonholed yourself into being the quiet girl at work. And I guess you can use that to help other people when you see that.
The hardest thing is it's completely contradicting to how I actually feel. The whole being open and loud is not who I really am.
Yeah. Okay.
I would prefer to, and my wife knows this, I would prefer to be at home or with the kids or, and with the bars, there was a lot of times that I had to go out and that sort of thing. And I would say, I'd rather be there. And she'd go, "Oh, whatever, you'd rather be there." And I'll be like, "No, I'd rather be there." And it's people say it, but there's different types of people, and there's people who really get energy from being out, and there's people who get energy sapped from being out. And I'm probably the one that gets sapped, but the problem is I know how to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
I know how to talk. I know how to engage. I know how to make someone feel comfortable. And it just takes a lot of energy.
Yeah. So
So,
do you still go to those types of things now, or do
oh
you try
yeah,
to keep
yeah, all
them
the
at
yeah. It's I mean, it's just part of life, right? Like you got
yeah.
to do that sort of stuff, and you put yourself in situations where you feel uncomfortable, but you just do it. So,
But are you still as introverted as you sound like you were before in terms of like you would
oh,
go
when
all
I
day
was
with not
no, no,
not
no.
saying
When
anything?
I was in primary school, that was a different story. I'd come from a small country town in north in Port Hedland,
Okay.
and to this big school, and was obviously eldest of three boys, and it was just a culture shock, really.
Yeah.
And I always thought of where I had come from as home, so I always sort of pined for that sort of. It was very simple, like riding all day, fishing, camping, all that sort of stuff. So to come to the big smoke in
Mm,
Perth was a big leap, and I don't know, I just found more comfort in being quiet. So, and then it wasn't until my brother started, developing and getting older and feeling really comfortable that I was like, shit, if I don't hurry up and make some connections or communicate, I'm going to be left behind. So
yeah.
just stepped it up a little bit.
Yeah. And what happened with Pound like events? Is that
So Pound Events came about basically because it was a natural progression. I wanted to what I was doing was fun and natural, and I wanted to make it official.
right? Okay.
So Pound Events was born. It wasn't. I had very little business acumen or understanding, but I
Mhm.
knew that I wanted to make it official.
Yeah. Okay.
So and the first thing to do is to brand yourself. So and luckily I had a last name of Pound.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and I just went with it.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
marketing. I changed my name to Charlie when I was younger because I felt like
Wow.
it was going to be a better hairdresser name for people to remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
You talk about that when you're a little kid, but you'd never actually do it. I think I
Yeah.
wanted to be Damien for some reason, but I never did it.
So my real name is Chelsea, but
Yes.
I've always hated saying it.
Yeah.
And I think I had a few in school that just like was a bit of a turn
That's a
off.
big call because
Yeah.
your parents obviously gave you that name for a
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. And I moved.
Yep.
So I moved towns. And I think because I'm from, I don't know if you know much about Canada, but
A
I'm
little bit.
from Edmonton in Alberta.
Yep.
And it's a lots of just alcohol, drugs,
Yep.
not much else to do. And so when I left, I really wanted to sort of restart
Yeah.
my
Okay.
life. And I think for that, to me, changing my name and felt like I was like
Huge.
restarting a bit.
Is that when you came here?
No, that
No.
was when I moved to Vancouver Island.
Right.
I
Okay.
moved to Vancouver Island, and then it's funny now because when I go back home, because I moved to Vancouver Island, so many people there call me Charlie, and there's only like a couple people
That
left
know
that
you.
still
Yeah.
know my real name. And even people like, even those people have given up
Yep.
because it's just become Charlie after
Yep.
like
Yep.
so long. And even my mom like will still say Charlie sometimes or get confused
Yep.
and that. And I guess because it wasn't that different,
Yep.
it felt like it was kind of okay.
Yep.
But it did feel kind of fun,
Yeah.
just
Cool.
change your
New
name.
start. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. So I never did it legally though, so it's super annoying. On
Oh,
like,
right. Okay. I thought you did it legally.
so
Did
yeah,
it
we
illegally.
didn't. We did it. That's one of those things that could probably come to bite me in the ass
Yeah.
someday
Okay.
because the amount of stuff I sign off on
As
as
Charlie.
Charlie, but I usually it's just C, like the
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But my bank card came as like, well, it says Charlie Chelsea Crothers. Like it's like people are just a lot more forgiving. I mean, you can be
Yes.
whoever you want to be now, right?
Yep.
So it's like me saying you need to call me this is probably not that big. It's probably a good time to change your name, and not legally, right? Because you can be whatever.
Illegally Charlie.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I definitely suggest it if you ever move away, just want to restart.
Same. Yeah.
So how do you manage like having all these businesses? And just for myself, I really struggle with like it feels like it's forever starting,
Yeah. I think starting gets easier every time because
Yeah.
you know what to do and you just get
Yes.
it done.
Which is the problem, because it's easy to just
It
start
is.
something.
And it's a lot of people do come to me and they say, where do I start? And I'm like, do this, this, and this. And for
Yeah.
me, it's just second nature.
Yeah.
The name of the business, the company setup,
Mm-hmm.
the website, the branding, all that sort of stuff is just like, it's easy to do.
Yeah.
For some other people, it's a little bit harder. But I was lucky enough, as Varsity grew, I was lucky enough to be able to be privy to lots of different aspects of the business, how to negotiate beer contracts, food, working in the kitchen, working front of house, and negotiating leases, all that sort of stuff. Obviously I wasn't in all of them, those aspects. I wasn't, the person at the front, but I was able to be involved. So it makes it a lot easier when you've sort of dipped your toe in some ways to be able to sort of take it on yourself.
Mm-hmm. And I guess, though, how do you find time to do all these different, like, how do you manage your life with because how many different businesses are you involved in right now?
So we've got Beagle upstairs, which is a buyer's agency, and we've got downstairs, which is Bright Star Studios. But then I've got my family company, and
Which one's your family
so
company?
that's just basically like a part of going through the business and having a lot of accounting advice is the understanding of company structure and how to build companies that that can lend money to each other and have that accounting sort of aspect to it. So basically, there's Beagle, which is a buyer's agency, Buyer's Agent Online, which is a software company, and BTS. This one, the
Right.
studio.
Okay. Yeah. So the software company, what
Yep.
does that help? What is that?
So when we started the buyer's agency, we were called Buyer's Agent Online.
Okay.
A buyer's agency is a relatively new aspect in the real estate industry and in Australia. And similar to when we were developing Varsity, a lot of the times we'd go to America and see what was happening there. And we would just sort of have a look at things and then bring it back here. Like one that stands out is pickleball, right? 5 years ago, it was in America. And a year ago, I was on Channel 10 News and they were going, a new sport, pickleball, has come to Australia. I'm like, guys, it's been around for years.
Yeah.
We are so behind.
I do a social pickleball on Friday that I organize, and my 6-year-old just started playing on Tuesdays.
Yeah, right. Like that in the States, they've got teams, sponsored teams,
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
People have no idea what it is over here.
And it was just so interesting that, it's been there for 5 years and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, new pickleball. And in understanding that, I mean, I understood it before that, but in understanding that you can, like, things that are happening in the UK and the US and Canada, right, they happen a long time before they happen here. So we are in such a good position to be able to look at what's happening over there and bring it over here.
Yeah.
So with regards to real estate and the buyer's agency, that was one of the things that we looked at. And the understanding that when you're buying a house or selling a house, you need to be represented. So, and there was a lack of it over here. So started Buyer's Agent Online with my dad and just developed that.
Hey Rebels, this episode is brought to you by the Biz Tool Boutique, where we share with you my most loved systems and programs to help you with the day-to-day in running your service-based business. We are also taking on a couple select few for a mentorship program. If you want to head to the link below, we'll tell you all about that. We offer mentorship programs and mentorship plus ads, which is my personal favorite, where I get to walk you through and literally do your ads for you in the same way that we are absolutely smashing ours today in my own business. If that's something that you'd like to know more about, head to the link below, and don't forget to follow along, subscribe, and press that 5-star button. So you guys basically represent the buyer so that you're not going to
Yes.
end up with a shit deal
That's
or
it.
a shit house.
That's it. Or you get more of a look in as well.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
And how's that going?
It's going really good.
Yeah.
It's going really good. So we started buyer's agent online and realized that it wasn't cool enough, wasn't sexy enough. And we realized that we were, by default, creating a sort of a platform or software. So what we did is we kept the software development in buyer's agent online, similar to what you've done with the front of house sort of management.
Mm-hmm.
And we have gone and developed the software, and we've created Beagle.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And so what do you do upstairs?
What do I do upstairs?
Yes. Like, how do you divide your, do you have any, are you still doing stuff for Varsity?
No. So
Okay.
just a month ago, sort of settlement date finished. I've still got a year and a half until that's finalized though. So I'm just busy working on this so that by the time that comes in, I have an income as well.
Awesome. And are any of the people that were involved, did they buy you out, or did you guys have somebody totally separate?
No, so
come in?
we were coming out of COVID, and we realized we had 7 venues at that stage. We always realized we wanted to grow. We always wanted to see the name sort of go on. We looked at it and we said, look, we can continue to grow, and we can, attempt to go over east and make it national. But then we looked at the numbers. We were unsure about interest rates at that point, and we just said, look, it's too much of a risk. So do we just sort of call it now and try find a buyer, or do we plug through and take that risk? And if you did take the risk, like, would someone like to take over or pay for that debt as well as the business itself?
Right.
So we sort of pitched it to a buyer, and we pitched it to them and said, instead of bringing a brand over here, why don't you buy this one and bring it back over there? Because we'd seen a lot of people try to bring brands from over east and not be successful because of the different landscape of the market here.
Right.
So we pitched it to them and said, why don't you buy us and we'll run it, and then you can take it and run with it. So
cool. So have they set up over east yet?
not yet. The next venue is in Midland.
Yeah.
And then after that, I believe Queensland.
Okay. How many is there now?
There's 10 now.
Is there 10 in WA?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is, do you have those moments where you just think like, holy shit, like that
My
really
wife
worked?
does. My wife. I thought you were going to say, are you sad? And I'm like, no, my wife is sad.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm just like pretty pragmatic about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's move on.
Why
to
is
the
your
next
wife sad about it?
I think she enjoyed like the free cheeseburgers.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully you've gotten enough money for it to pay for the cheeseburgers. Yeah. Yeah. Is she involved in the business at all?
Yeah. I like the day-to-day, no, but I couldn't have done it without her. So
yeah. Okay. And I'm sure she's at home with the kids because you got small kids.
Yes,
today. They're not all in school yet.
3 kids.
Yeah. And does she help you with? Yeah, is she doing stuff for your other businesses? Like, is she involved in that, or does she do something herself?
It was always important for me to like keep her involved.
Yeah.
And we always make decisions together. So,
yeah, that's awesome. And she's obviously very supportive of that because you can't be in a partnership with somebody that's not
There's
supportive of that life.
There's many times where I've just sort of said, just trust me on this, and she's trusted me. So
yeah, I think you've got to have that Yeah, that's very hard. It's like my husband, sometimes when I say I got an idea of something, he's just like, oh my
Oh,
God,
shit.
no. Like,
Yeah.
because it's like once your mind is sort of made
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
it's like you're like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah. Or you
know?
just do it and then
Yeah.
they go,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do you split up your work week of all these different businesses? Because I mean, I have 3 right now.
Yep.
I've got the Biz Tool, which I'm helping other salon owners. We've got an e-com brand, and I've got the Nest, the hair salon. And it is really difficult, I find, to stay like on track per brand because something will happen.
Yep.
Then it takes your attention, and then the project that you were working on gets like moved to the next day.
I think there's like 20 things in a day that I will start in the morning that
Yeah.
will only just finish at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you're on 20 different things at the same time. So a lot of people work by, focusing on one business or focusing on one outcome. I find it pretty hard because you get distracted.
Yeah.
And I find my role is basically just talking people through their role.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's like, I find the same. It's like I've got 20 tabs and 20 things.
Yep.
And eventually it's like I would rather roll like 10 snowballs at once
Yeah.
than one at a time.
Yeah.
Because
I work exactly the same.
I get bored.
Yeah.
And I can't. It's like payroll takes me. All I do is
You're
put
right.
through the
Payroll takes me forever. And it's
Yeah.
like all you need to do is transfer it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it takes me all day. Last night, I think I put roll through at like 7:30. Like the girls were turning the lights off. I'm like, you guys want to get paid? Like, don't turn the lights off. But I find it really hard to do that data entry stuff where I'm just moving things from one thing to another. Like I just get too distracted as soon as any kind of pinwheel comes up, anything like that, I'm off to the next
We'll
page.
open this tab because I've got to wait for that tab to
Yeah,
finish.
or like I'm waiting and then I have an idea of something else I need to check. So then I start checking that. Then I go back in and it's logged me out of 0. And I'm just like, I think I spent half my day logging into things.
Yep.
And with like password recoveries, right? Even like my like password recovery for LastPass. So I forget that one too. So it's just
we're one password around here. So
you have one?
One password.
Yeah,
you got LastPass? We got one password.
Oh, okay. Not you have one password. I was like, that's really dangerous. Like that's not a good idea. But yeah, same thing.
But those sort of systems are really, really important.
Oh, for sure. But once in a while, they just still like, I don't know, something happens and I don't know, you do something with a VPN or something and it's logs you all out of things and anyways, it's probably the tech stuff is probably what holds us back so much. So you're basically just kind of overseeing everything.
Yeah. I think the most important thing is like finding the right people for the right roles that allow you to do other things.
Mm-hmm.
The team here, as we're building this, we're finding strategic positions for each of the people and understanding. And that comes about by sort of letting them say what they enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
And when they say what they enjoy doing and you sort of go, okay, you take on that, then that makes it makes it a lot easier to build because they've sort of chosen like their role within the business.
Yeah, that's important.
And it helps to like sort of bring everyone in as well and let them know that we're building it together.
Yeah. And where do you find these people?
I don't personally, I don't find them myself. They sort of, sometimes they just come to you and they're just there sort of thing. And they sort of, you sort of just go, that's a good fit. And other times you sort of seek them out, and other times as well, with our finance guy, he was involved in Varsity previously, so he's sort of come over and we know how to work together. And
cool. And what's your vision for this?
For here?
For here, yeah.
The thing that excites me is developing the systems within the business. Similar to Varsity, it was about developing one well as a franchise without franchising and replicating.
Right.
It'll be great to replicate this once there is a successful system in place. We see the studio as a place that that will always be necessary, even with the advancement of AI, because people will want a place where they feel comfortable to come and film.
Yep.
Right.
Sure.
And however the editing works after that is the AI gods are going to take care of that. So
Yeah. I think there's like, even in terms of like, you can get an AI now to make you video and script it and be you. But I think we're so far away for people even being comfortable doing that,
yeah,
And
yeah.
I
And you
think,
still want genuine as well.
yeah,
So as much as like the advancement of AI is probably going to have you and I in a podcast that's been generated from a script, there's still, when I started off here, I was quite nervous. Now I'm good.
yeah,
But it's genuine,
yeah. It's really nerve-wracking being in here.
It is.
Like, honestly, like I was telling my husband the other day that I was like, it's just really like you're sitting here with these bright lights on you. It's not natural.
No.
So it's like, it's nice that you have like the decor and stuff, but it is like you're in a podcast studio.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense. You've got like, some dude you don't know behind the screen listening to everything that you're saying, or someone else.
He's definitely getting some ammo on me right now. So.
Some ammo on you. Yeah. Yeah, it is hard, and it's hard to make that a comfortable space for people to come and
It is,
talk.
and we really instill like people feeling comfortable when they come in. The coffee machine, the space at the front to sit down.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Like,
yeah.
it's a really nice space to come. Like, you're happy to come in half an hour early and sit and like prepare your notes
that's
or
what
whatever.
We try to do, because that's going to be the point of difference.
Yes.
So.
And I don't know what your competition is like yet. Do you guys have much competition for podcast studios yet?
Yes and no. We try to be the outlier by providing or focusing on that sort of customer relationship and customer service. I mean, I'm sure that there are competitors who provide podcast services, that would have large LED screens or, all that sort of different technological stuff. But I think that, us offering this space that's flexible to use, providing a good product in return is
I think
what we need.
So for me, like, I love the fact that I can come in, record. Now I hand it, like Luca will do the mastering. Now I hand it to Morgan, which I call him the professional uploader.
Yep.
And now we want to hire an overseas VA to just cut up reels for us to just make the whole process. And I know we can do that here as well, but have that, flexibility to be able to pump out content way faster than we could.
You have to be able to pump it out.
I know. And that's the focus, is like, we need to be able to pump it out fast, and we need it to be somewhat affordable. So where can we save on? And what is the most important? That to me is like the production and the recording and getting that, because when I've done podcasting before and we've done it ourselves, we did it in our warehouse, like the quality of the video was always shit.
You've always got to think about so many other things besides the conversation that you're having.
Yeah.
Right?
And then it's like the quality's not good, because then I don't want to promote it, because I'm not, putting it on Spotify is one thing, but to put the video up on socials when like the quality of the video isn't very good, like you don't want to do that. If you're not cutting back and forth, it's just like, it's not that good, right? Whereas I think sometimes people look at it like, that's a big investment. Like, why would you be spending that much money? But I'm like, I feel like it is the right investment right now into building, especially if you're trying to build a personal brand.
You don't have to be Joe Rogan.
No.
Right? It's like if you've got 100 people that listen to the one conversation that you had, that's a lot of people. Yeah. Right? And if that just builds every time you do it, they will go back, and if they enjoy it, if you find more people later on, they will go back and watch the other ones as well.
There's a flavor for everybody. Like, some people don't want to listen to something that's going to scare them, some of the podcasts out there now. And some people just want something easy listening, or, but we get it when we get we get the most DMs about the podcast after.
Really?
And people will say how much they enjoyed listening to it. And I think
That is so cool.
I'm like, I cannot believe that somebody just listened to me
I
fucking
couldn't believe
talk.
it either. It's like, who wants to listen to me talk for an hour?
And I think because like for my husband, he's just like, oh my God, all the time. So I just think,
listen to you all the time.
I just think, wow, like somebody actually listened to an hour of me just yabbering away. Yeah. And you're like, wow, I must either, I don't know, I must have something, that somebody's going to like or of interest.
But you're not going to find those people unless you put it out there.
No, exactly. And I think you really do start getting your right audience and people that you want to work with and your community better. I think it's the most authentic way that you can connect with your audience.
Yeah.
Because they get to know even just... I mean, I guess we edit out some things when, you mess up or you start coughing or whatever. But for the most part, you can really like find out what somebody's like. Because even in the beginning, like I find when we have somebody on, like every time, like the first 15 minutes is always like, I don't know who you are.
100%. It was like this, yeah.
Yeah. And then after you start getting a little bit more like comfortable and normal and people can actually... Yeah, just either they like what you sound like or they're like, this person's a dick. Yeah. And they'll move on.
Yeah.
And in that case, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Move on. Whereas when you're on social media, they're really making that judgment so fast.
Yeah.
Over like a 10-second clip.
Yeah.
1 minute, everybody loves you. The next minute, you're eating a cob of corn and, and the whole world is shitting on you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting and it's kind of fun, and I feel like it's been like a really good release almost of being able to talk about stuff.
And it's funny because this is the first time I've done a podcast in my studio.
Yeah. Right?
But it's so good hearing that it's been a good experience for you.
Yeah. No, it's been great. Like we started off with wanting to do, say, how much did I think I signed up for like 3 months worth, which was going to be 3 times in the studio and something else, some talking heads. We did like the talking heads ones. So talking heads, if you guys don't know, is when you're being filmed and you're saying like something kind of scripted. So I'm just like...
You're answering a question.
Yeah. And you're like, I'm trying to hook you with a word and it's not very authentic because like I already know what you already know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
And we did that and then we did this and I'm like, I kind of want to go all in with the podcasting. I think we worked through like our 3 months of podcasting in like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, right.
And now we're in like weekly.
Yeah.
And have just kind of decided that that's kind of where we want to go, but it's been awesome. And
we've loved having you here.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, but it's been it's good because anybody that wants to start podcasting too, it's like you've just got to start it.
Yeah, and you've got to stick with it. And when you're doing it by yourself, as you said, you get shit product.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is really hard to do it on your own, and I can see why people want to do that first before going all in.
Yeah.
Especially if you've never like recorded yourself on video, because it's quite daunting. Like if you've never been on video and you come in here.
I did with Sev. I work with Sev and I see him on film and I'm like, fuck, I can do that. I'm sure I can do that. And I get in front of the camera. And Luca can attest to this. I am terrible.
Yeah.
But you just got to do it. And like, some people send me the messages of me online for Beagle upstairs. Yeah. And it's, I cringe every time I come up on social media and I go, oh my God, I just go through it. But you've got to do it. And it's the best way to get yourself out there.
Yeah. It is good, but it is really hard. When we were doing it with these guys too, they'll say to me like, okay, now like they'll say the sentence that I'm going to say. And then I go to say it. I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to say? Like, I just cannot repeat it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it'll be like the dog ran across the road and I'll be like, the dog,
the cat.
the cat. What? Like it's so bad. Which is why I think this is so much easier. And I think that once people do it, and I think you're onto a very good thing because once people start to realize that it is very effective in cutting up pieces of content. I mean, you can hire a content creator or somebody and pay $1,200 a month to take the content that you've filmed and do 12 pieces of content like from it for like $1,200 at minimum.
Yeah.
And get 12 things for the month that don't sound like you, they don't end up converting very well. or you can take
Have
a
genuine.
podcast and get 12 clips
Yeah.
from 2 hours for like really a lot less than that.
Yeah.
So it does, I think, affordability wise, if you multi-purpose the content, it's so much
So
more
how
valuable.
many episodes have you done? How many do
Yeah.
you want to
So
do?
12?
Hundreds?
Yeah, I
That's cool.
reckon. I think like my idea is that I first started interviewing salon owners.
Yeah.
And I didn't really love, like, it's not that I didn't love, it's like we all have similar stories.
Yeah.
We're like, we have similar problems with our team members. And I really love hearing about other businesses, things like exactly like you said, like the 5 touch points,
Yeah.
like, you know, getting a different tip from a different industry, because I think that is so much more valuable.
Yeah.
Because if I get a tip from somebody around the corner and then I do what they're doing, I'm just copying my competitors.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like,
it's like a little circle jerk sort of thing. Like everyone's just like
doing
just
the same
tapping each other on the
So I'm
back.
look at a totally different business, take ideas from that, totally outside of your industry, and mix it in with your industry, and you'll have a point of difference.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can take the best parts of the coolest.
I don't know if circle jerk was the right word. But.
Circle jerk. Whatever. I was like, it must be an Aussie thing.
Echo chamber would be probably a better one. Yeah.
But yeah, like you want to stand out. And I think the most difficult thing is to stand out as a brand. And sometimes because people they get inspiration online, so they all do what everybody else is doing. I find it like our business is quite different in the way our aesthetic, the way that we appear online. And I make a point of making sure that stays that way. And I think that does really come from drawing inspiration from other places and not in my own industry.
Yeah, I think it's hard because obviously there's what people expect of a salon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to follow those specific rules. But in order to stand out, you have to have little things that stand out, obviously, with that appeals to the most amount of people.
So we have in our salon, so you come in, does your wife get her hair colored?
Pardon?
Does she color her hair, your wife?
Yes. Yeah.
So you come in, you get your hair colored. It's ladies only salon. When the color's processing, we move them into what's called the Velvet Lounge. And it's like we're about to redo it into making it really retro. I just had these old hairdryer chairs all refurbished and stuff. And I'm going to make it like a very retro. They're called the Rondas. These chairs, I sent them over from like Orange Country or something from New South Wales. Cost me. Wow. They were like a couple $100 and I spent like thousands getting them over here.
Wow.
And so we're going to redo that. But we have this place where once you have your color on, you sit there with your color. We have a snack bar, cheese and crackers. We have cocktail of the month.
That's nice.
And like it's that experience that's
experiential. I think experiential things like that are going to be the point of difference.
And that's the thing. It's like, it's not. Yes, the hair's good, but it's the experience that people come back for. Like, you know, like there's so many people that can do what we can do for hair color these days. So what's going to make your brand stand out? You know, there's so many different things that you can do and incorporate. But with the podcast is having those different businesses and talking to them about what they're doing, it just like you start sparking ideas of like, oh, that's like, this is how I can incorporate that into, that's a good idea. And work
together as well. Collaboration is a big thing with Varsity. It's, you know, I think we did a burger of the month with West Track Cat.
Okay.
You know, diggers.
Okay.
And it's like, how do we incorporate that? But it doesn't matter because you're just in like everything that it stands for, we were able to leverage.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they wanted to leverage us as well, but it was more for us. But, you know, the collaboration was fun and cool.
Yeah, that's super fun. I love that. But yeah, that's kind of what, we've kind of all been about here. And I think showing people that, you can collaborate with totally different industries. You don't have to stay in your industry.
Yeah.
You know? I'm surprised that nobody's asked you on here.
Yeah, it's I probably avoided it. It's that thing where you don't know if people are going to find you interesting or not, and you don't want to be.
I can't believe you would think that. Like, you're so interesting.
Well, thank you.
You just have to look at your own profile once in a while, I think, and be like, okay, yeah, I've got some things going on here.
Yeah, it's fun. I guess I always think that there's a long way to go before what I want to achieve is achieved.
So, do you feel like there's ever an end goal?
Not really. My wife always asks me if there's an end goal, and it's like, there's no end goal. It's just creating like your perfect day sort of thing. And creating your perfect day every day leads toward a bigger goal. So.
And what is your idea of your perfect day?
It's obviously spending time with my kids and my family, watching or being able to, step back and sort of see how everything's growing, applying the different systems, making them work.
Yeah.
Holidays.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have that now, like a good balance?
Yeah. I think no matter what situation you're in, you've got to keep that balance.
Yeah, it's important. I feel like it comes in swings. Sometimes things are, really
sometimes
busy and under the pump.
You're under the pump and you're not feeling like you're getting anywhere. But then, at the end of the week, you look back and you go, shit, I really did some stuff that week.
Yeah.
So.
And do you suffer with having guilt for like not spending enough time with your family? Or I think a common thing for myself would be that I feel like I'm never spending enough time with anybody,
Yeah. I think the biggest one is imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Like even today.
You thinking that you're not interesting.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Never guilt about like spending time with my family because I think I've got that good balance.
Yeah.
And I think it's genuine time with your kids.
Yeah.
And with my wife. So I never really feel guilt in that regards. Like I can always, I think in building the business, I've given myself that freedom to take that time if I need it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets busy. I don't get to see them as much, but it's a balance. Friends probably. I don't get to see friends as much, but I've sort of succumbed to the fact that, kids being the age they are.
I was going to say, when you start getting like, I'm just starting to get into sports, little athletics for my daughter today, or, we're just starting all that. And I'm like, bye friendships,
Well, it's funny. So my eldest daughter, like made friends with a kid at school, and we went over to their house. I met the dad. He was sitting down drinking beers on the couch, and I literally sat next to him and said, "Well, I guess we're friends now." So,
yeah, right.
So, and that's it. Like you just hang out with your friends, your kids' friends. So, but it's fun. Like it's nice. It's nice because they get to play and build their friendships as well, and they're lovely friends.
It's a little bit scary though. I mean, I've had some kids over where I'm like, the parents come and I'm like, oh no, like, like I had this woman over one time that just came over and just like stayed the whole time for like 3 hours and didn't say anything.
There is definitely like the understanding of different parents and relationships and stuff. There is, you bring up your kids in one way, and it's funny that I'm a coach as well for the kids' sports. But dealing with the different parents and the different styles is definitely something that you've got to be respectful of or understanding of. So
yeah, for sure, and not wanting to get stuck with either.
No, yeah. And it's funny.
Our birthday parties are getting smaller.
Yeah, and you have like little twitches, like or not twitches, but little signals with your wife. It's like
yes.
Little face pulls and stuff. So
it's always funny. Like after it's okay now, but I think when we first started going into like play dates and stuff, and just being like, oh my god, like this was happening and I didn't know what to do about it. And it was so awkward. And then the dad couldn't catch the daughter in the yard, and he was chasing her around. And I'm just like, just tell your kid to fucking get over here, like grab your balls and grab your kid.
Yeah.
Oh, we had this instant where this girl, she was running laps around my couch
Yeah.
and the dad couldn't catch her. Like he was just going, "Oh, come on, sweetie,
Oh, that gives me the shits.
you won't be invited over again." And I'm just standing.
Dude,
I'm
just
standing there
grab
so
her.
awkward where I'm like, I don't even know where to look or what to do right now. I'm like, do I just
grab the
go
kid
away?
Yeah.
Or like, I'm like, what would happen if I just grab the kid?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
then I don't know who these people are. Anyways, it's just like there's so many awkward moments when you have kids with other parents and things where you're like, you know, that kid just said something really awful to my kid, or like, you know,
it's full of learning like experiences.
It
and,
is.
and it's
but it gives you a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
in your relationship,
Yeah.
you know, it's like you're always like together. I find like on the same page about like that couple was really weird, you know, and you get to go home and just like have a laugh about how awkward that was.
You have the look across the room like, did you just see that?
Yeah.
Did you just hear what they said?
Yeah. I love that. So you teach, you're a sports coach.
Sports coach.
For what sport?
T-ball this afternoon.
Oh, cool.
And for my son and football.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely make time.
I'm trying to do it when they're younger.
Yeah.
Because I know you have like a lot of influence when they're younger, and you get to see what sort of kids they're hanging out with and have some sort of involvement.
I think that's so important. Like when I went down a bad road, it was because I'd made new friends.
Yes. Yeah,
you know, and new friends that weren't into, that my parents didn't know.
Yep. And as the kids get older, the friends that they hang out with will have the most influence.
Yeah.
So
for sure. Yeah. Really important. That's so cool that you get to spend. I guess that's why you work so hard before, you know, now you have that flexibility to be able to.
And it's
create
funny,
your life.
you say you work so hard, but it's when someone says that, it's like, yeah, I worked hard, but it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't a stage where I hated it.
Yeah.
So it's I sort of feel like I'm lying or cheating when someone says you worked hard, because it was always fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I can resonate with that. I mean, that's why I keep doing new things, because I like doing it. You know, I'm like addicted to starting things. I love that
as long as
the
you finish
journey.
them.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I don't. Like, I mean, okay, what about what's going on with Long Mac Topup?
Ah, right. Okay, you did do your research.
Yeah. I was like, is this something that didn't go through?
So this is something that it's not something that didn't go through. It's something that I really put myself out there with.
Is it still going?
It's still going in a way. Like I've got the domain, I've got the name, the branding and all that sort of stuff.
Okay,
and
you got to explain it to me because I don't really get it.
Okay, you did really look into me, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I was pretty fast, but like I was just like, brrr, and then I was like, ChatGPT. I was like, tell me everything about this guy.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to. I wanted to create a brand.
Yeah,
and that's in developing the studio. I wanted to create products and brands that that I could develop and have fun with, and make T-shirts with, and have a reason to talk to people about. So I just had this brain fart one day, and I was like, you know, how did the Long Mac Topup come about? Like, obviously, Perth is so distant to any other city. Obviously,
and just for reference, Long Mac Topup isn't a common coffee anywhere else, right?
No.
So that's
only
why
in
it's
Western Australia.
Right. Okay.
So if you think it's like there was a time in our lives in Western Australia where the timeline split, where everyone else kept calling it a flat white with an extra shot, and we called it a Long Mac Topup.
And do you think it's exactly the same?
I think it's exactly the same.
Because I think sometimes if I get a Long Mac Topup, it's way too strong and never enough milk in it. And if I get a flat white with an extra shot, sometimes it has way too much milk. So then I ask for a latte with an extra shot with a little less milk, and now it's bitter as fuck. And it's like, it's really hard to get
I just
right.
love the fact that I think that it's tomato, right? It's exactly the same product. And it pisses people off in Melbourne. And I'm like, why does it piss you off?
What do they call it?
They call it a flat white with an extra shot.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And I was like, why? It's exactly the same. Why are you getting pissed off? Because people in Perth invented it and you
Right.
didn't have control over it. So I was like, this is uniquely West Australian. I want to take it to the next level. Like I want to get it out there.
Yeah.
So I went to I developed the brand. This is during COVID. Developed brand, did some logos and all that sort of stuff, and was like, let's really take this to the next level. Let's get it out there. So I, went around to some coffee shops, got them excited about it, and said, look, if we all work together, we can do this. We can create a brand, and we can use it to promote your baristas and everything. And I was like, you know what? Let's take it to the next level. Let's try and get Hugh Jackman. To add it to his cafe in America, because he was like credited with bringing the flat white to New York, right?
Right.
Not solely.
I didn't know that.
Not
but
solely,
yeah.
but
Okay.
with his cafe. So I was like, look, he's done it once. Let's give it another try. So I developed all the branding around it, and like that sort of stuff requires a lot of energy.
Yeah.
A lot.
Did you get his attention?
I didn't get his attention. I did get to I spoke to the CEO of the coffee company that worked there,
Okay.
the
Yeah.
partner, and he was confused. And every person I spoke to was confused.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. It takes a lot of energy, and it was fun, but the main thing was I was outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I was like, every time I'd explain it, I get these looks of like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'd be like, oh man, this went so much better in my head.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And how were you planning on how would you make money off of that idea? What was
the idea was like, I wanted to create a brand that had no affiliation to a place that I needed to pay rent, right? I
Okay.
wanted to create a brand that had a story, a buy-in, people, a community, sort
Yeah.
of.
Okay.
And it was like, if I put the energy into it, I reckon it could have.
So what was somebody going to buy from you though?
Well, I wanted to do like barista stories. Like I wanted to do stories about cafes.
Yeah. Okay.
What the stories behind them. A series of barista collector cards.
Yeah. Okay.
For instance.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. So just like coffee lovers.
Yeah, just create
Yeah.
content about
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. Like
Okay.
everyone has a coffee every day.
Yeah.
Or a matcha.
Yeah.
Whatever.
This is when you've had all your coffees.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't have
I-
enough room for more coffee. So
But look, it does take a lot of energy, and it's something that I realized. Like, I thought people would get it, but they didn't.
yeah.
And it takes a lot more to build a community. Some people did. Some people really grabbed onto it and loved it and understood
Yeah.
it. But I did have a big realization that if you want to build something, you've got to put the energy into it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's hard when you're doing so many
It
other
is, and it's
things.
hard when you've got people who really care about you or want to know about it that look at you like you're an idiot.
They're like, what?
They go, what are you
Yes.
doing? Okay,
Yeah.
I trust you.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. And so have you kind
I
of put it
would-
on the back burner?
I have put it on the back burner, but I think it's still got some legs.
Yeah. You just
So
need
I
that
would love
extra.
to, when I get some time, sort of take it to the next level and create that sort of content.
Yeah.
And have fun with it.
Well, you could be on here and you could be podcasting other baristas.
Well, you know what the story is now, right?
Yeah. But I mean, you could, if you wanted to create content, you
could,
just get
I
baristas
could.
on here and be like, give me your wildest barista stories.
Yeah.
Call it barista stories.
Yeah, you've got me going now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could get people on here just be like, tell me about that time that lady threw that coffee and, broken. My daughter loves this like crazy story that she makes me tell her every night.
Yeah.
Not every night, thank God, but this lady, it's called the purple haired lady, and she comes into the salon and was like
Is this the real story?
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
like
right.
off her head. And she comes in and she comes in and she has like these arms. This is such a random tangent. She has arms full of lollies, like all these like bags of lollies like, in like Ziploc bags. She's got like an icy pole sticking out of her back pocket. She's like holding all this stuff, but she's like just swaying everywhere, looking at the products, and she keeps picking up products and then shoving them into our arms as well, right? And we're like, me and Amber and one of the other girls at work, we're like, oh my gosh, like how are we gonna get this lady out of here? She has like purple hair and has like snaggly teeth, and she's just kind of like like with the products, and we're like, what are we gonna do?
I've got the vision in my head.
So my daughter has the vision, and she remembers everything, and so every time she's like, you forgot something, you forgot that part. So, anyways. She also has this giant chocolate milk with her. I don't know how this lady has so much stuff in her arms.
I know.
And so as she's putting stuff in her arms, I keep going by and going, I'm just going to take these and I'm just going to put them on the front desk for you for when you're ready to pay. And, you know, somebody comes by and she's like, hey, Sandra, come on, we're waiting for the bus. So she does that. And I'm like, oh my God, this is getting so crazy. I'm like, how am I going to get this lady out of here? And then she's like, she's eating this like one of those like lifesaver icy pulls, and it's just dripping all over her hand, and all of a sudden she drops it, and I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, you got to go. It's like splattered on the ground. You know,
Where's
shit's
Sandra?
melting in her back pockets.
Yeah.
I was like, come get Sandra out of here. So the doors are right there, and I turn her around, and I just kind of lightly go, hey, I'm like, I just grabbed those. I'm just going to grab those for you. She still has some in her arm, but I just can't even be fucked at this point. I just want this lady out of my business. And I just kind of like, because she's so like, doesn't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
I guide her out of my business, and I quickly close the doors and I lock the doors. But while I do that, she drops her chocolate milk.
Oh no.
It wasn't opened, but drops her chocolate milk inside the shop.
Yeah.
So now she's on the outside of the windows, right?
And she wants the chocolate milk.
And she wants her chocolate milk.
No.
And she's standing there like, give me back my chocolate milk.
Sandra.
And I'm going, well, you have my hair products. And we're just saying this back and forth, yelling at each other. Anyways, this chocolate milk sat on the back counter for like the entire day. I don't know if the girls were like planning on drinking it, but it was brand new. And I'm like, look, just dump out the chocolate milk. She's not coming back for the chocolate milk. Anyways, but it's like everybody has these random stories about work that, you could have. Yeah,
That's what
access.
makes it fun, right?
Yeah, but you have access to the studio. You'd be like, just get some baristas in, tell their crazy ass stories.
Yeah, you've got me.
Make some they get the content for free. You get to repurpose it, you know?
Get free coffees.
And then they're like, hey, I want to make more podcasts. That was really fun. Then they become another customer. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yes. What's next, Matt?
What's next, business-wise?
Yeah. What is next business-wise? Where do you see this place and your businesses going? Yeah.
This, I think the main thing, and what I've learned in the past, is if you build the systems, you can, not franchise, but you can scale. Mm-hmm. And that's the main thing. To be able to scale and to be able to do more with less time. Mm-hmm. And travel. I'd like to be able to travel.
Mm-hmm. Travel with your family, like
travel with your family, like a pie in the sky sort of thing. I'd love to have a house somewhere else in the world.
Where, if anywhere?
I don't want to answer too quickly because it makes it think if I've thought about it too much. But Bali, New York, and Italy.
Okay, so 3 houses.
Yeah,
that's good. That's a good goal.
Yeah.
Well, Bali is a pretty easy one.
Yeah.
Why Bali over like Thailand or somewhere?
Well, we spent a bit of time there after we sold the business with the family, and we really loved it. And it was so easy, so close. So,
have you been to Thailand with your family yet?
We went this year.
Okay, we just went as well, and I loved it.
It was,
I think food-wise, like you can't beat Thai food.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
yeah.
I came back home and tried to like be like I was like, we're going on a solely Thai diet.
I think at Coles they've got this Thai spice, and I bought the Thai spice and just put it on everything.
Okay, you'll have to share that one with me. Do you like to cook?
I love to cook, yeah.
Yeah, I love to cook too. I feel like cooking makes me feel like I'm living a balanced life.
Yeah. I love like the Sunday cook up, put some music on and just
Yeah.
get the kids involved. So
Yeah, I'm the same. Like my husband cooks more for us to live, and I cook more for us. He's a really great cook as well, but I cook more like because I want to.
yeah,
And and go
it's
that
fun.
extra.
It's good. And my mum, being a home ec teacher, like really
Right.
instilled those sort of things in
Yeah,
us. So.
that's awesome. And I love. Do you get your kids involved and stuff?
Oh,
With that?
always. Yeah. It's so much more mess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
you
but
just
it's
got to
good.
sort of just let it go.
Yeah, that's good. They always want to eat to me. They always want to eat the stuff that has like the raw egg in it and stuff too. And I'm just like, oh no. I was like, are you gonna get sick?
Put their fingers over everything.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, like you're like, I'm not gonna tell my guests that that you guys helped with my cooking because we all know how that goes. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I really enjoyed talking to you. It wasn't as bad or painful as you imagined.
Started off slow, but I was good. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for helping me through.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, for starting this place. It's 5 minutes away from me. It's absolutely fantastic.
Well, I hope to see like 100 of your podcasts come through.
I'm sure there will be many.
Not just because it's going to help the business, but because it's good to see, dreams come to reality.
Thank you. I just hope we just continue to find cool guests like yourself.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. See you guys.
Thank you.